What it do? It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV back at y'all with another one. Let's get it, man. So I watched the Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank the Ghost Martin fight last night. And congratulations to Gervonta Davis on getting knockout in the 8th round as he predicted. You understand what I'm saying? So we know he's a man of his word. But I was thinking, man, I was thinking to myself, who actually has a chance of beating Gervonta Davis, right? Because he's skilled, his power is out of this world, and he's literally like Mike Tyson reincarnated, right? Like everything about him, like his presence, his body language. Like, let's be honest, Gervonta Davis is a very intimidating guy. You understand what I'm saying? And what's funny about it is the fact that he's light-skinned, and when he's not boxing, he seems like a very friendly dude, right? Like, when you look at Gervonta Davis, if he didn't have all those tattoos and you didn't know he was a boxer, I don't think most people would think Gervonta Davis would be a violent person, but he is. You understand what I'm saying? And his personal life reflects that. His criminal record reflects that. And what he does to people in the ring reflects that. He's a very aggressive, violent dude, man. And he could go down as one of the, if not one, the best boxer of all time when it's all said and done. He definitely has the potential, right? So with that being said, when you look at 135, right, let's be honest. The only boxers left for Tank to fight at 135 is two people. It's Lomachenko, who he's probably going to fight next, and Shakur Stevenson, right? And I don't see any of those two guys beating Gervonta Davis. Lomachenko was older. Maybe if Lomachenko was younger, I definitely could see it. But Lomachenko was older, and he's older and he's not as good as Lomachenko is still very good, but I mean, he has too many stains on his record. And he won't be able to handle Gervonta Davis's power, right? He's going to give Gervonta Davis some trouble, but we all know how that fight's going to play out. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he's extremely skillful, right? But first of all, we haven't seen Shakur Stevenson fight anybody at that top level at 135. And not only that, we've seen in his last fight, where he was in the ring with a power puncher that's known for knocking people out. Shakur Stevenson, he was Usain Bolt the whole fight, just running around doing everything in his power to not get hit, right? And I can't blame him because the game is to hit and not get hit, right? But when it comes to the point where your fights aren't even entertaining and you're literally just like, you're not giving the fans a good show, and like you're not doing anything to your opponent to potentially hurt them, and your main goal is to just run around the ring and hit them and run. Like, come on, man. You do that against Gervonta Davis, he's going to do the same thing he did to Frank Martin. He's literally going to apply pressure, walk you down. Because, listen, we know Shakur Stevenson is going to go backwards the whole fight against Gervonta Davis, right? We got a better chance of seeing Lomachenko either stand toe-to-toe or at least try to make Tank go backwards. But Shakur Stevenson ain't going to make Tank go backwards. Shakur Stevenson is going to move around the all 12 rounds. He's going to move around. He's going to walk all around the ring. He's going to jab, he's going to throw his punches, and he's going to keep running, right? And Gervonta Davis is going to end up catching him and knocking his ass out, right? So let's look at 140. When I think about the fighters at 140, you got Teofimo Lopez, you got Devin Haney, you got Matias, right? You got Ryan Garcia, who's probably, he's saying he's going to move to 147, right? When I think of those guys, and I say, which one of these guys could actually beat Tank, right? At first, I would have told you Devin Haney. But unfortunately, Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia, where he got knocked down 3 or 4 times. And we did find out that Ryan Garcia was on steroids. And the loss is probably going to turn into a no contest. But Devin Haney took a lot of punishment in that fight. And we don't know if Devin Haney's ever going to be the same fighter after that fight. We don't know. Right? I hope he bounced back. That's actually my favorite boxer. But when a fighter takes that much punishment, especially against somebody that was on steroids, Devin Haney might not be able to handle punches that well ever again. Right? So we'll have to wait and see what happens next time he gets in the ring. But other than that, we also got Teofimo Lopez, right? who most people would say would give Tank the best challenge at 140, right? But my problem with Teofimo Lopez is I've just seen, you look at the fight with him and George Kambosos, who Devin Haney beat twice, unanimously, had no problems with him. Teofimo got put on his ass in that fight against George Kambosos, right? And he put Kambosos back on his ass, right? I think Teo did good in that fight, even though he got dropped. He came back and did his thing, man, and unfortunately it just wasn't enough to impress the judges. You know what I'm saying? He ended up losing that. But looking at his fight against Jermaine Ortiz, Teo didn't look good in that fight, man. He just didn't, right? So if Tank was to get in the ring with Teo, I see Tank knocking him out, man. Honestly, I don't think Teo can handle that power. You understand what I'm saying? And Teofimo is a power puncher himself, but we know Tank has a strong chin. We've seen Tank get hit by Ryan Garcia with the check hook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see Teo getting the job done. And then I would have said Matias, but Matias just lost last night against Liam Puro. You feel me? The so-called boogeyman at 140 who was calling out everybody, he just lost last night. And that's not the first time Matias has lost. I think that's his second loss. And this the same dude that has caught a body in the ring. You feel me? So there's one person that I could see beating Gervonta Davis, and that is Isaac Pitbull Cruz. And if you guys saw the first fight, well, the only fight with Gervonta Davis and Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Isaac Pitbull Cruz gave Gervonta Davis a lot of problems. Me personally, I think Isaac Cruz won that fight. A lot of people would agree. But of course, Gervonta Davis fans are going to disagree. Obviously, because they're fanboys, right? They're fan of man, right? You're going to defend your fighter, right? I respect that. But Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he didn't do no backing up in that fight against Gervonta Davis. There was many points in that fight where he actually was walking Gervonta Davis down. He was making Gervonta Davis go on the back foot. And if that wasn't happening, he was standing toe-to-toe with Gervonta Davis in the center of the ring. And even though he wasn't able to knock Gervonta Davis down, he gave Gervonta Davis such a tough fight that when the fight was over and the announcer asked Gervonta Davis if there was going to be a rematch, he said, hell no. He don't want no smoke. You understand what I'm saying? He said he didn't want to fight him again, bruh. So that lets you know that Isaac Cruz put that work in on that boy Tank. And if you look at his first fight at 140 against Rolly Romero, he knocked Rolly Romero out. And we know that Gervonta Davis knocked Rolly Romero out as well. But Rolly Romero gave Gervonta Davis some problems as well, right? Rolly Romero actually did a good job against Tank before he got knocked out, right? But we haven't seen Gervonta Davis knock Isaac Cruz out. Isaac Cruz got a strong chin. Isaac Cruz can handle power. Isaac Cruz ain't going into a fight with Gervonta Davis like Frank Martin did. Frank Martin's biggest problem last night was he was too worried about getting knocked out, and he tired himself out because he did too much moving around the ring. And his defense just, it wasn't enough to not get hit by that left uppercut that Tank likes to throw. But Isaac Pitbull Cruz, number one, he ain't afraid of Gervonta Davis. He ain't afraid of that left uppercut by Gervonta Davis. Isaac Cruz ain't afraid to either get knocked out or get put on the ground. Isaac Pitbull Cruz ain't finna run against Gervonta Davis. And Isaac Pitbull Cruz at 140, his power done went up. So we got to see how Gervonta Davis is going to handle punches from Pitbull. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the one person that I can see beating Tank right now, y'all. Whenever Tank decides to move up to 140, because the fight with Pitbull Cruz, if it happens at 135, Tank's going to win. I'm talking about if Tank moves up to 140, which is going to happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. I'll say by next year, Tank is gonna move up to 140. He already said he'll fight Ryan Garcia at 140 if they do a rematch. So let me know what y'all think, man. And if you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section who you think can beat Gervonta Davis at 135 or 140. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out. Subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. Peace.
So amazing. Yeah, we rolling up cushions in different flavors. So amazing. So amazing. When we fucking and waking up all the neighbors. So